Well, every time I see the sun, a rooster crows for days. And every time I see that gal, she always looks away. Hell, she always looks away. Hold on, baby, just hold on. I'll be coming home, back where I belong. Hold on, baby, baby, just hold on. Sunday morning meeting time, I hear them church bells ring. Y'all seen them late last night, go out and shake that thing. They went out and shake that thing. Oh, hold on, baby, just hold on. I'll be coming home, back where I belong. Yeah, baby, hold on, baby, baby, just hold on. Well, in the shade I waste my days, tonight I go to town. Well, I'm upstairs with them good time gals, always going down. Yeah, they're always going down. Hold on, baby, just hold on. I'll be coming home, yeah, back where I belong. Hold on, baby, won't you hold on? One more time, there you go. I'm getting right in through the night, twinkling in her eye. Little girl, she ain't got me yet, but Lord, she loves to try. Oh, Lord, she done try. Hold on, baby, just hold on. I'll be coming home, baby, back where I belong with you, baby. Hold on, baby, just hold. Won't you hold on? I said, baby, just hold on.
I'm pounding upside to feeling down. Well, I took a good look around. There's stuff to be learned, body to be turned, it seems. Yes, there is. You got to pay your dues before it's all cookies and cream. Some people want a little cooked and served, and somehow that is what they deserve. Narcissus with a runaway self-esteem. But let me tell you, you got to pay your dues before it's all cookies and cream.
been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no, I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no, this ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail. I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more. Oh yeah, I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more. Oh no, it ain't easy, darling, when the devil's on my trail. Oh yeah.
cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind any way. She told me that things was gonna change. If I wanted her, I couldn't stay the same. So I stopped going out on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Yeah, everything she asked, I left in the past just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be understated. All I've been domesticated. She told me to top off her Jeep, the one I bought her when I sold my old GT. And I bumped in to my good friend, and he asked me where the hell had I been. So I told him what she told me. If I didn't change, she was gonna leave. So I stopped going out on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Everything she asked, I left in the past just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be understated. I'm domesticated. But when I got home, she sat me down, said she wasn't happy and she wanted out. Everything about the man she once loved is long gone, baby, and it's all because I stopped going out on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Everything she asked, I left in the past just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be understated. Lord, I've been domesticated. I hear that train, there she comes. Won't you get on? Won't you get on? Watch the trees, falling leaves, like the breeze, won't you blow?
Well, good afternoon, fine people of the internet. And Gerald, 20 what? 20 more photos. I had 22 photos there from start to finish. It is July the 30th. Can you imagine that? 2025. We're streaming on Rumble, YouTube, and X tonight. So with Rumble, you can stream as many platforms as you can, just like Streamlabs, StreamYard, Restream, and all that good stuff. But you don't have to pay for a damn thing for it. So there you go. All right, so you haven't done so already, smash that like button. Oh my goodness, pink grates. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. They're not pink. You need to adjust your color on there. When I painted it, I painted everything on there. Let me see, what did I do? It's been a while since I did that. But I got 3 different colors on it. The top coat was lightly covered with red. So that might be what you're looking at as pink. But I did can't remember what the first 2 colors were. But I hit everything with 3 different colors. So it might just look that way. It's not pink. Let me check back on there. Let me go back to one of these photos on here. Trying to find the right one. There you go. That's not pink. I did, the last color was red. I did black, earth brown, and I think gray on there. Okay. So, not pink. Why would I do? I don't have pink in my color, any colors that I have. Okay, so we're gonna do some train shows tonight, and I got a lot of videos to cover because Monday stream it screwed up, so I'm gonna do all those videos all over again because it was buffering and freezing up. My speed was down like 12 megabytes per second, dropping down even further than that. I did a redo yesterday and it was even worse than that. I cut it off at 30 minutes. So we'll show you all the videos, and I did, some extra stuff. I know it's not, but it looks pink. Does it look pink to you? Wait a minute here. Hold on a second. Hey, Debbie, come here. You in there? Okay. Everybody says this looks pink. Everybody says that the grates on here look pink. Is that pink right there?
It looks pink.
It looks pink.
Mm-hmm.
It looks very pink. How did it get pink?
What is it supposed to be? I mean, what color?
I did 3 colors on there: black, red, and gray.
Pink.
Yeah.
It looks pink.
Uh-oh.
I agree with him. It looks pink.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to change it. Crap. Okay. I'm going to have to change the color on there. Looks very pink. I'm colorblind, so I can't tell. It looked gray to me. Hey, James Snyder, how's it going? Glad you can make it in there. It's the lighting. There you go. It's the lighting. There you go. Yeah, that photo was from outside, so it's the sun making it look that way. All right. So we're streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. I was going to do a marathon tomorrow at noon, but I think I'm going to do it on Friday instead. I'll start it off. I'm going to do, what is it? The Coaling Tower. I'm going to do that start to finish. All the videos that I did from that thing. I'm going to start it off early. My regular time is 7 o'clock on Friday, but since it's a marathon, probably got about 3 hours worth of videos from start to finish, and I'll show all the photos on it and everything like that. So I'll start it a little bit early on Friday. I was going to do it on 12 yesterday, but we got to run to Lake Wells tomorrow for something. So not going to get a chance to do it tomorrow, so it'll be on Friday on Rumble, but I'll start it off on YouTube, do both platforms, and then I'll switch over to all Rumble. So if you don't have a Rumble account, now's a good time to get a Rumble account, because we'll be doing it on there. So, and we did that one about a month ago or so, or maybe even longer than that, maybe 2 months ago. I can't remember, because I did, that was that before the stock? No, that was after the stockyard. So that was the last kit that I did. So I got to do, I'm doing that one, and I'll do start to finish on the water tower too, because I didn't do that either. So those are coming up. So, and Friday is a new month, so got to crank up those hours on there. So I want to thank everybody. Well, before I put out the thank you there. Earlier I put up. Let me see if I can put it up here. Okay, this one right here. Follow Retro Sheep. He's up on Rumble. The other day, he helped me out a lot. I put a post up on X, and he saw it. He reposted it, and I was about 12 people short of making my quota for getting my premium creator for the month of July. You have to qualify by getting so many different things. There's 4 different things, and I was short on the chat because I was pleading to everybody that I knew that had a Rumble account to come over and chat on Rumble. I had my 12 regulars on there, but everybody else failed to do it. So I put up a post up on X, and Retro Sheep helped me out and got a lot of people, a lot of his followers on there to chat on my stream on Monday, even before it started, and it put me over the threshold. Supposed to have 20 people, individuals, that chat during the month. I only had 12 on Rumble. They only count you once, no matter how many times you chat. YouTube chat don't count, so it put me over the threshold with 23. So I want to thank him. I followed him, and if you got a Rumble account, go ahead on over there and follow him, and I'll post all the people that came in the chat. There was about 8 of them. I think I got all 8 of them. They followed me, and I followed them back. So they're all gamers and not model railroaders, but you know, they're over there on Rumble helping all the other Rumble people on there. So, and I finally got the Rumble bot too. So it puts these things up there Monday. It puts up the schedule. It's just like any other bot from any other place, but I figured I'd get that since it was available. So anyway, here's a thank you to all the supporters out here. I got quite a few. You can now support me on my locals community, Tom's Train of Thought. Membership is free, and you can support me for as little as $2 a month now. Just $2 a month. Link is in the description and in the chat. Thank you for your contributions during the live stream. I really appreciate it. I would also like to thank all the moderators who have helped me out in the past years. Thank you very much. Well, just like that guy said, thank you very much. And the stream's doing really good because I'm monitoring this on X right now, and we're pretty close to what it is right there. So, Alfred E. Newman, you know, how about dropping in and saying hello on X, because we're streaming on X also. And Rob, how you doing? Good to see you in here. All right. Oops. Wait a minute. Where'd you go? There you go. Ahoy, everybody. Okay. Okay. So we got that out of the way. So, and I don't know if you saw that, Rob, but let me put this up here again. There you go. This guy helped me out the other day, Retro Sheep. He's on X, and he's also on Rumble. He's a gamer from the UK, and he helped me to get my Rumble Premium quota for 20 chatters. In fact, I got 23 the other day. All right, so that's enough of that. Okay. Okie dokie. So, let's do some train shows here. Boom. All right, I got to wait a long time for train shows because we ain't got one until September. So we got to go the whole month of August without a train show. But anyway, here we got August 23 Atlanta, but that's too far for us to go. This is Golden Spike Enterprises. And they also do the one in D-Land, which is coming up October the 4th. Right here. There you go. And they also do Jacksonville. So, but that's coming up in February. But they got Gaithersburg up there in November and Columbus, Ohio in December. So let's go over to here, the train show calendar for trainshows.net. And let's see if they did Sparky's thing yet, because he was asking about it the other day. And I don't see it up here, but let me see if they got it under new editions. So I don't see anything over here for Canada new editions. It's all USA. All USA stuff. So they left Sparky out of that, huh? I guess. All right. But anyway, trainshows.net, they have a deal on there where you could submit a new train show over here. And they got a lot of them over here. Here's the Canada train shows and tours and open houses. But they also got United States and UK and Ireland. And no China or Japan or India. Never seen any of that on there. So what do we got over here? They got one or two over here on Florida. There we go. Pinellas Park Train Show, Lopez Hall in August. That's the Regal Railway. And what else do they have for Florida? Or you could do it by state also, but you know, I'm just going down here. So that's trainshows.net, and then they got trainshows.com. They got a lot of stuff on here. Hey, Steve Childress. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. Do you have a new device for finding shorts? I don't know. I got a new pair of shorts. Okay. Let me see. Well, on YouTube, you just check out shorts, because they got a thing over here, shorts like that. But we'll do train shows right now. I don't know if that's what we're calling it. Wire cutters. There you go. All right. I got good wire cutters. And James Snyder, I missed that. See you later. Okay. Thanks for stopping in. I will not be able to make the train show on October 4th in D-Land. Uh-oh. That's too bad. They got another one coming up in January. Will you be at the one in the Villages? Because the Villages got one coming up soon too. But here is the Greenberg train shows. Also, great train shows, great Midwest train shows, and great train shows all over the place. So trainshows.com, they list a lot of stuff on there. And here is Train Collectors Association Southern Division. November, we might go to that one in Lake Nona, Orlando. That's a nice area. We went to the Port St. Lucie one, I think it was back in May. It was a pretty good one. They got another one coming up in January. So they got Regal Railway here, and then they got Melbourne one here, September 6th. They listed that one. September 13th. Hernando County Fairground, that's another Regal Railway, September 20 and 21. The Villages, we'll get that one over there next. October 4th, Florida Rail Fair. D-Land, October 9th. Ocala Hilton, that's the NMRA Sunshine Division. And October 23, Purple Heart Pre-Show. York Meet, and that's the same time as Timonium. And November 2nd, Parking Lot Swap Meet, Zitnik's Trains. That's always a good one. All right. So, here we go. And the Villages, September 20th and 21st. That's a nice place to go. Savannah Center. We'll probably be going to that one. And then here's our Railroad Model Craftsman. They list a lot of stuff on there in the magazines, all four magazines right here, and also here on the website, railfan.com/timetable. Been where Steve is and laughed about it. Keeps from destroying things while finding it. Okay. And NMRA.org, Southern Region, Sunshine Region right here. This is the one that says Ocala, Florida, October 9th through 11th. And here we go. Suncoast Model Railroad Club Train Show and Open House, December 6th in Pinellas Park. And also in Largo is where they have the N scale and HO scale layouts. So go take a look at that. And then, oh, did I miss one here? I lost one here. Oh, there it is. Bushnell Station. I missed one of the tabs up there. All right, so they got 30 train layouts there. They're open on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. right off of Interstate 75, just south of Ocala. Well, not just south of Ocala, but a little bit between Ocala. I am using DC power and cannot figure out where the short is. Oh, that kind of short. Okay. All right. The way I troubleshoot everything is I go back and figure out what I did the last. And it's usually right there where I was working on something. But basically, break it down into small parts and disconnect everything. Disconnect here, there, and just go on out until you find where it is. And then you'll, when you lose the short, you'll know where the short is whenever you disconnect that section. But that's what you were talking about, shorts. Okay. I was thinking about shorts videos on YouTube. Okay. But there you go. Just break up your sections and see where your thing is. But most of the time, if you have a short, it's where you've been doing stuff on your layout the last. Because that's where I always find my shorts, other than in the drawer. I learned a long time ago, put layout into blocks so you could later go back and disconnect sections at a time to narrow it down to areas. Yeah, that's what I just said. But Ken said it a little bit better than I did. There you go. All right. So Bushnell Station, they have a 7.5-inch gauge layout where you could ride. They got a nice snack bar that has Nathan's hot dogs. They got a gift shop, and where you could buy a lot of stuff in there. They got T-shirts, they got plaques, they got mugs, they got everything. They got puzzles, and they got LGB and Markland stuff in there. They're the biggest LGB and Markland distributor in the state of Florida. All right. And then here's the Regal Railway one. Pinellas Park, August. Brooksville in September. Largo in October. Brooksville in November. And Newport Richey in December. They got Brooksville in January. They started putting the January stuff up here. So he does one every month. Small ones on the west side of Florida. He used to do one in Orlando too, but not very often. What device do you recommend to find shorts? A multimeter. If you have a multimeter, you could find it real quick. Take a look at some of my videos back on troubleshooting DC. I got a few videos on there that shows you how to do it. But anyway, just if you have a multimeter, just go and check in there and find out where your shorts are. And but basically, disconnect the power if you have it in sections. If you don't have it in sections, you're going to have a hard time finding it. But if you have blocks in there, it's easier to find. But if you don't, best thing to do is just go around and look where the last place you was working on something. You might have something just across the tracks, like a pair of pliers. Okay. All right, so that's all the train shows I got. Let's get back over here. All right. But let me see if I can find my multimeter. Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta scoot back over here. Now, where did I leave it? Now that's the good question. Where did I leave my multimeter? found it. Here it is. Okay, so I got so much junk I couldn't find out where it was. It doesn't have to be one like this, but just put it up on your ohms, or better yet, if you have the sound on it, that way. Well, I got my little probes on here for little stuff, but you put the things together on the track or whatever, and it'll tell you. That's a short right there. So whenever you don't hear that, when you put the things together on the track, you're good. But the best thing to do is just break it down into small sections to find out, just to eliminate the different sections. That's the easiest way to find it. That's the best way to find it. That's how I do it. That's how I've been doing it. I worked on machinery, troubleshooting machinery, and that's the only way you could do it, just break it down into small sections to find out where the problem is. And that's the best advice I can give you right there. All right. There you go. Remove locos and cars. The add. You added last also. There you go. Could even have a screwdriver change anything across the track somewhere. All right, so let me put the schedule up here. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. This Friday, we're going to start a little bit early, and I'm going to do a marathon on the timber oil derrick that I did last month. So maybe I'll start at 5 o'clock or something, like maybe 6 o'clock. I'll start at 6 o'clock. There you go. And I got my pocket stuck in the in the armrest on my chair. Okay. Been doing this much? Okay. So let's start doing some of these videos here, because we got a bunch of videos. And this is from the 26th. And well, if you could, let me show you this up on the shelf right now, what it looks like here. I'll knock the microphone off on there. As you see, I got some blocks of wood underneath the front of it, because it's all lopsided, because there's a pit in the back that sits down I think it's 2 5/16 inches below the ground level. It could be more than that, but it was a bear, so I wasted a lot of time trying to figure out a thing, but then I finally ended up with that right there. So that's what half of this first video is about. It's Saturday afternoon, and I was struggling with this on the Friday stream, but I got this put this back on because I needed two hands and need to concentrate on it, putting it back on. That I got it into place, so I'm going to have to re-glue this over here. But what I am working on right now, let me show you. I'm making a little box that goes underneath the front right here. So this part's going to go there, and I'm going to have 4 deals on each corner coming out, so that will be propping up here, so I could hold this up like this. So, you know, I could take pictures of it and work on it and do other stuff with it. So that's in the deal right now, that before I build the ladders. So because in order to prop up the ladder, you know, I need a solid ground right there. So, and I'll probably have to glue this into place right here. I'm not sure, or maybe I'll just put some of that double-sided tape on there, so to just bring it up like that, so it'd be easier to remove. So that's the plan. I made 2 squares, and what I'm going to do is put these long ones in between and make a box out of it. We'll see how that works. I gotta wait for these to dry. Alright, got all the sides for the box made, and just waiting for it to dry right now. Oh, far from being a good woodworker, but yeah, I got it right here. Got my little box. Now let's see. It looks right here. That's right there. Okie dokie. So I got that leveled off right there. As best I can, but okay. Here it is. Let that get dry, and we'll start setting this thing up for making the ladders. I gathered up all my 2x4 material, and I got 14 of these long ones and a bunch of these small ones. Yeah, I think all these are 2x4s also. Alright, so I think I got plenty of here, because the longest one is just the length of this, or just under the length of this. So there you go. So I think the first thing that I'll do, so that I'll have to make, that's the long one. I'll have to make 2 short ladders. That's 2 3/16. So I'll figure 2 for them and 2 for them. And I'm going to do that. All this right here will be for the rungs, which I think is 5/16. 5/16 long. So the first thing I'll do is I'll cut these rungs, not the rungs, but the length of the ladders first, and get that out of the way. So here's the up verticals for my ladders, for my 5 ladders right there. Okay, so we got that. So I'm gonna have to make 5/16. So I'll calculate it and start cutting them. Well, it doesn't seem like much, but I calculated 41. So 10, 18, 20, and then whatever's left over. What I did was cut, you know, some of the shortest pieces, and I ended up getting 12 out of it, out of the short ones. So let's do some more. Well, I got a few extra. Well, we'll see if that works right there. I think I got about 44 right there. So, time to make some ladders. Alright, and I got all these left over right here. Oh, I have these two over here too. Okay, so we got plenty 2x4 material left. But I think I still have to make something up on the top. A little platform up there. And here's a extra piece right there. Alright, so let's get these other little pieces out of the way. Get all these situated over here. And put these off to the side like this. Because I got to put the paper underneath the glass so I can build these ladders. Well, on the first ladder I got top and bottom and the center rung on there just to stabilize it, and then we'll work from there. And some of these pieces look just a little bit wider than the other ones. Like this first rung here, top and bottom rung looks a little bit wider. But nobody will notice that whenever we have it on the layout. I think when I get to the longer ones, I'm going to turn this thing sideways so I don't have to go halfway across the table to get to the top of the ladder. Now, can you imagine if you had to cut this stuff exactly? They make it longer so you could trim off the excess on either side. Makes a hell of a lot easier. Piece of cake. Now I got to make another one just like that, and then they just get longer. Well, you didn't see me laying a vertical, so I'll show you how I did it. I put down a little piece of transfer tape here, double-sided tape, and I have the ruler on the bottom, so I keep the bottom square. one of them. And you got to put the tweezer so it doesn't go all the way past, you know, the thickness of it. You just got to hold it by half of it. And there you go. They're in place. Ready to glue. I counted another batch of rungs, and these are a little bit wider. I'm not sure what they are, but I have quite a few of them. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. About 17 of them in these 3 ladders right here. So what I'm doing is I'm just moving this thing over as I'm making the ladders. So 2 more ladders to go. But I have to take a break because my neck is killing me, as you can imagine. 1 more ladder to go. We got the longest one to do yet. That's going to be the fun one. We'll take another short break. We got about halfway through this one here. This is the very last one. And, you know, you go so far and the glue gets really crappy, so you got to redo the glue and everything. Well, the long ladder is finished. We just have to wait for it to get dry. Well, these 2 last ones are probably still wet. These probably are still, yeah, those probably are good. But we'll just leave them there, take them all off at the same time. Got a few rungs left over. We could make something else out of that. Okay, so here we go. The 5 ladders. Woohoo! My goodness. Well, I have to rethink this frame that I have to make on the bottom. I took it apart, took most of it apart, and tried redoing it, but the problem with this is the one piece here on the bottom sticks out further than this. If this was straight, it would be I might take that off, and so I could rest it on there and then just put a whole thing going across the front on both sides. But see how it sits there like that? It might be easier just to take that piece off of there, because really you don't need it right now, but since it's been on there for so long, it'd be kind of hard to do. So might see if I could just raise it up even up off of that, and you know, just so I could work on it, and put the rail in there in the back and in the front. Well, I got some 1x2 scrap 1x2s and 2x2s underneath right now to hold it level. This is going to have to do until while I get the track in place. I have to put some track on the front too. I got a short piece of track right here, but anyway, it says 1 3/16 from the center. It should be out here. some reason the back of it is too high for I got it sitting on the, there we go. It's sitting on the lip over there. So there we go. Everything's all level right now. And that's what it'll look like. I trimmed the rungs off of the shortest ladder. To give you an idea what it looks like. They hang over a little bit, so you got to trim off the edges. There you go. That was the first video I got to show. But before we get to that, I'm going to go over some of these channels on Rumble that helped me out. Alpha Zero Omega. I'm going to put this up in the chat on both Rumble and YouTube. There are links over here, so boom. That's the first one. Faux Dub. These are all gamers. So all these people help me out. So I'm going to return the favor here. Put their links up in there. And Pepkilia. It isn't going to take a while to post all these up here, but it's worth it. All right. What else do we have here? The Real Toomby. Scary looking stuff here. All right. Boom. Just trying to get all these links up in here. Man, I got a lot of things up here. The Lumpy Potato X2. And most of these guys are and gals are premium creators also. So everybody up on Rumble is helping other Rumble creators here. Okay, and what else we got? And Audio Dev. Get this one up here. And Retro Sheep. And here's the one that helped me out. So hit them up with a follow. All right, they all up on Rumble. All got good content. Boom. All these ones up here. I checked them all out and followed every one of them. You could do the same. All right, so there we go. Okay, I got that out of the way. Man, there's a lot of links up there. Okay, so I ain't going to put it up on the lower thirds, but you know, it's up in the chat, so go take a look at it. Okay, so now let's get to the second video here. And this one is from the 27th. So here we use this one little piece that I thought it's Sunday, fun day at the workbench. We're going to do some things today. I'm going to trim off the rest of these things, and the biggest thing before I could do any scenery on this thing right here and go any further is I'm going to attach this a little bit better right here with some transfer tape, and I'm going to put some a little blocks underneath here so the styrene will stay in place. And then I showed you this yesterday right here. While I'm working on it, I'll be just setting it on this stuff right here because this is the easiest way to do it. And then once I get all that attached, you know, so it's sturdy and not going to fall anymore, I'll be able to I'll be able to scenic this, put the ladders in, of course, and put this rail in here like so, and put another rail over here. I might have to cut another one. This is like a little bit short. Well, maybe this will work. I mean, this one rail is just a little bit short, but it comes right, the rail is right at the edge of the styrene, so I'll let it go like that, or I could even move it in just a little bit. I can move it in just like that. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, because let me see how far the rail will be. I gotta find my HO scale ruler here. Okay, so HO, so it's still like the rail is almost 4 foot away from the building, like 3 foot 9 inches. I mean, even with this thing dumped, which is not going to dump, but it still look like there's plenty of room right there. So we'll just keep it right there on the edge like that. We don't really have to get prototypical where it's like exactly 1 3/16 away from the building, the center line of the tracks. So that's my plan for today. Well, all the ladders are trimmed up, and I got me another pile of scrap wood right here that goes into my other pile of short pieces of wood and small scraps. So I just have to get it in this little cup here. I got some more pieces all scattered all over here. I'm gonna have to get my roller and just scoop it all up. I got some still good usable pieces in here, but these are real short ones. I'm not going to be using. I'll have to do more of it later because I got all kind of stuff up on the top over there. So get this down here, and I hope I don't get all of it on the floor. Let's see if we can get it in this little cup. And there we go. Okay, what I can do, get some scrap 5/32 pieces, squares, and just glue them to the bottom here to hold them in place, and then get some of the transfer tape right here. I'll just have to drop this down a little bit and put some transfer tape on it, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I got the transfer tape in place, and then I cut about 4 little pieces 5/32 by 7/8 inch, and this other one I just cut it in half because there was a little scrap left over. That's probably about 1/2 inch each. So we'll put them, the 7/8 will fit right here. Okay, I gotta get a good view of it here, right here, like so. One on each side, and then I'll put one of the short ones over here, and 2 more of the 7/8 back here. So kind of hard to see, but you get the idea. Okay, so I have to turn this on the side here. You know, this is awkward setting this thing like that. I'll have to get the glass out again, and so I can put some glue over here and get working on it. Okay, well, I got to hold these two in place to keep it up to where it's not good and snug. Once that dries, then I'll put the rest of them in over here back behind the pit, because this is already taken care of right here with the transfer tape. So I just have to keep this steady right here. That way I'll be able to work on the track with the bracing underneath it. Alright, I got all the bracing in place. Let me show it to you like this. There. Oop, my hand is in the way. Right there. And in the back here. Okay. So, and how I got this over here by the track is I just put the track on here and just squeeze it like this to get the clearance, and then on both sides like that. Oh well, while this thing was drying, I had some dinner. I did a live stream showing Orlando N-Track, First Coast Model Railroad Society, and the barn layout. So here's the bottom of it. You can see all the good stuff on there. Now, I think before I start doing anything on that, I'm gonna get some stain and stain the ladders over here, and I gotta stain this stuff here, and I gotta paint this a different color right here because that's supposed to be steel. I might put a little bit of rust on there and see what else I can do. So I gotta get out the India ink and alcohol solution, and also some, I don't know, my rusted pipe isn't working too good because it's all dry, so we'll see. So we got that out. I got to get my little deal out right here so we can put everything on it, and I got to make a little platform also, so I'll use this one little piece that I thought was for that platform up there, but I could have used it for all the platforms down here also. Let me turn this thing over on the other side because it's bunching up. I had this folded. Alright. Let me fold it the other way so to get all this folded stuff out of here. Okay, there we go. So here's the ladders, the platform. I'll get a little brush for this, and then I'll have to go over some of that stuff over there too. This one's the small one, and then I have a bigger one when I have a lot of things to paint or coat with India ink. And I think about 3 weeks ago I added more to this thing right here, so it goes pretty fast now that I'm working on these kits. Now some of this wood takes the stain better than others. Like the small pieces. I don't know if it's the way they cut it. It puts a little bit of a sheen on it, so it doesn't take the stain that well. Let me do a couple of these sticks because I'll probably have to make some brackets too. So. Okay, so, alright, so what I'm going to do here is hold on to this while I paint it. The bad part about it, this is trying to find a place to hold on to. And you probably ain't going to be able to see me doing this. Let me put it up this way here. On this one, you can probably see it better. And I'm just doing these cleats over here. I did the little platform. I'm doing this longer platform now. I'm doing that stuff there. I'm going to put some of the India ink on this cardstock right here. That'll darken it up a little bit, and then we'll see where we can go from there with the coloring to represent steel plates. Now that's supposed to be in some more steel right here, but we'll have to get a color for that. But most of this is going to be darkened up with coal, so I'm even bothering with this. I'll put some coal dust in there on everything. There was one leg. What side was it on that I had to replace? Oh yeah, I did it. I already hit it over here. It was on the front. Okay, so I think that's all of it that I have to do right there. Let me put a little bit more on this platform right here. Alright, there we go. Right there. Let me stick this back where it's level. And I gotta let this dry pretty well, because when I picked this up I was looking for another one because I remember a loose one, and I could go like this with it. So it loosens up the glue a little bit, so let this stuff dry out before I try putting this stuff up on the where it belongs. And I'm going to have to glue that one rung in there also. Okay, that's my 2 cents. Well, all that stuff is dry, and I'm going to put some dabs of super glue on these I-beams so I could attach the rail to it. And let me get my accelerant handy over here. Let me get the cover off of it. Put it right there. And I'll just put like a dab. And I gotta poke a hole in there. I had to go all the way down in there. Okay. One there, one there, one there, and one there. Okay, so I'm going to turn this so I can see it better. I'm going to hold it right here in between the two areas. Hit the accelerant there, hit the accelerant there. Wonderful. Okay, here we go. So the track is in place. Now I could go and put some ballast on here and hold this section in place right here. Let's put the car on here. I should have checked it beforehand. I don't want to have no derailments on here. Alright, looks smooth. Okay. Doesn't look like there's too much play in it. Okay. We're in good shape. Boom. I bust more couplers like that. I have an old tank car that I had from back in the 70s that I used to test the track, and I don't know how many times it flew off of the layout. Okay, that one side just came off. I'm gonna have to put a little bit more on there. Over on this side here. And maybe I'll put some in the middle too. There we go. And I'll hit it with accelerant again. Oops, it was turned the wrong way. There we go. Alright. So you can get this at your local hobby store stop, and usually they'll put their own label on it. You know, the manufacturer of the accelerant will allow them to put their own labels on it. And I got this from Metro Trains and Hobbies many years ago. They're no longer in business. And I got a big bottle of it too, so I could use it for refills. Alright. There we go, right there. Okay. Good shape. And I did not glue this thing in here, so if I needed to, I could probably bring that whole thing up before I do that. And while I applied a little bit of rust to everything in the front, I also installed these two ladders here. And I put some rust on the pipes, on all the brass stuff on the bottom here, and then brushed it up on the metal to simulate that it is a little bit rusty on there. And the stuff that I used right here, Monroe Models light rust weathering powder. Okay, so this is awkward to hold. It's probably one of the most awkward ones to hold while you're working on it once it's in this state right here. And I'll have to get some of the soot. This is in a different container, but same Monroe Models. Get some of the rust off of this brush right here. And what I normally do is get some on the brush and work it around in the lid, because it gets spread around easier that way. So we'll get all this stuff looking like it's been getting hit with coal all the time. Get some coal dust over everything here. And I keep losing this chain right there. I get a lot of coal on the underside over here where the or the dust and the stuff spills over. I'm going to have to put some paint on some of these metal pieces over here. I got primer on it, but it's not taking the powder that well. So it won't make you watch this whole thing, but you get the idea of how I do it. If you couldn't see what I was doing, but anyway, here's the result. That's the bad part about, you know, placing the cameras here and there. So I just hit, you know, the bottom half of the tower, like down in here, with the soot. Well, I just spent the last 20 minutes or so with the soot weathering powder on all the sides here. Let me see if I can bring us around all the sides on here, and I hope I don't knock everything off moving this thing around here. Alright, over here. This is where you get most of the coal. And I see I could hit a couple of more spots on there. Let me grab this over here. And I had to set the cell phone down and do it like this. Got it that way. And over here, here's the front end. Always have trouble with this chain right here. And I hit rust and soot on that part right there. And also in the metal parts and stuff like that right there. I have this set up on the desk, or on the workbench right now, like this, because I'm going to ballast this side right here. And here's one of the rungs right there. Okay, so I got to clean this brush off. Well, this is soot on here, so I'll just do it like that. And then I got to get find some suitable stuff to do the ballast in. Thank goodness for Senior Chief making these cards for his train shows laminated. I could use that as a shield so it don't get anything, the alcohol on the paint on, you know, over here. Okay. I had to put a little bit of turf on the edges of it to soak up some of the glue because it was running off. I had to put a little bit more alcohol on it also. So we'll let that set up. I don't know if I want to turn this thing around and disturb anything, but I'm going to give it a try. I managed to turn it around and do the other side. So we're just going to let this set overnight to dry, and then tomorrow's another day. I'll put the ladders in there. And that one last platform that goes up on there. And I'm glad that I did leave this off, this roof off right here, because the ladder, I have to prop the ladder up on that cross beam right there. So that would have been a little bit difficult with the roof in there because it has to go in this little area right here. There's two ladders that have to go down there. So, whew, okay. That's as far as we're going to get. We're going to call it a night. I think I did enough on that. We got to just wait for all that to dry up overnight. All right, there you go. If you're wondering what's going on, if you're on YouTube and wondering what's going on over on Rumble, here's what everybody's been saying for the last few minutes. Okay, so I can't put that up, you know, like I do on the lower thirds, but I could do it like this anyway. Okay, so there you go. Or like that. Okay. Thanks, Rob. Really appreciate it. And streamline. Thank you very much. All right, there you go. I could pin it up there like that. Okay, so we got a few more videos. Okay. And this one I did. This was before the 27th. That was on right before the stream that got messed up. Okay, so here we All right, here it is Monday afternoon, and I'm setting this thing up for the live stream tonight. And I got my cell phone up here. I got it up on my Joby Gorilla thingy, and so I can get a better view of it here, because here's the normal view right here. So it's not a very good view. This is what I normally do the live stream at, but this will be a better view of me, because I'm going to be ballasting this right here. And what I did, I just cut this off of I had a shorter piece of flex track. I cut it down to size, and I super glued it into place so it'll be sitting there. And maybe what I'll do in the meantime is I still have these 3 ladders that I need to put, and I hope I didn't lose them or hide them back in here someplace. Oh yeah, here they are on the roof. I still have to put these in. Okay, get it on there, right? Still have to install these. So, and they go up in here, inside here. And one of them, the long one, is on this, the base, and comes up to this area right here, like so. I think on the 3rd rung, like that. So I gotta make a couple of brackets that hold it in place over that way, and then the other 2 go inside here to go up to that platform that I have to build up there yet. So that'll be after I ballast it, or I might even do that before I ballast it. We'll see. Well, I just put the this top ladder in there, and I'm about to put this second ladder in. I'm putting the glue on the bottom and at the very top, because that's where it touches, and I'm putting it on ahead of time because there's no way I'm going to get in there with it. And I just put some of this on the 2x2 because I can't get over there with the well, I just put the platform in up here, and I had to remove some of that metal shielding that was on the side just to get it in place, but then I had the ladder up in there, and that came out with the one side. So we'll have to see if I got enough room for it right here. Okay, we got enough room for it right there. So put the other 2 ladders in, and I was using my NDI camera from there, and it was just messing up really bad, so I had to change this around and just take a video with my cell phone. So I gotta get another piece of glue right here and put some of the glue on the bottom of this ladder where it touches the beam going across, and I'm going to put some on the beam going up on the top where the ladder touches it. And then we'll just drop the ladder in there. So I'll turn this thing on its side later on and show you the other ladders on it. So let me get that on there. And I'm glad I did not put the roof on. Okay. So there we go. And you can't well, you can't really see it that well there anyway, but this is hard turning this thing around with these blocks. All right, so there's the top ladder right there. Boom. Here's the intermediate ladder right there. And then there's the bottom ladder right here. And they all go up inside there, like so. Inside that little thing right there. So what I have to do now is cut a couple of braces going that way. I just cut 2 braces and I put them in there up against the ladder like so. And so we'll just have to turn this around so we could scenic this later on. All right, so now we got another one. This is from the 29th. Okay. All right, we're almost getting there. Here it is, Tuesday afternoon. The Monday night live stream did not go too well because of Comcast was giving me issues. It went all the way down to 4 megabytes per second, the upload speed, and it was just terrible. So I shut the stream down early. So we're doing it again tonight. Hopefully we'll get through it. Early this morning I checked the speed and it was back up to normal 41 megabytes per second on the upload speed. So here's what we got over here. I changed the location of the camera. I got it sitting right there. Let me see, we can put it right like this so we can get a good shot at it with me ballasting this right here. So that's the plan for today before the stream. I'm cutting a piece of masking tape so I can put it on the edge so the ballast doesn't run off, because I got the track right up against the edge of the styrene. So, and this is I guess this is 1 inch wide, or yeah, this is like 1.5 inches wide. So we'll put a little bit of it over here also. Let me see, we could probably do it like this and cover up the whole track so we can get it that way too. And get this right here. So fold this over like this, and then grab a little bit right there. Do the same on this side here. Grab a little bit there, and then bring the Bring this up like so. Let's see. Okay. I got the back sitting on the 5/32 inch deals, and I got another 5/32 inch one right over here, so just to get it up even. There we go. So now we could start working on it, put the ballast on there and everything, and won't have to worry about it running off the edges. And I'm using buff ballast, medium. It's B1380. I think that's the Woodland Scenics number. I've been using this for a long time. And we'll just put it in with our condiment squeezer. Put it in the center first over here. And smooth this out. We don't have to get it filled up between the tracks completely. Because this is, you know, in a yard, and usually you don't see much ballast anyway. There's probably dirt over top of everything, and there's going to be coal over top of this anyway. So we get that smoothed out right there, and it's going to be hard getting this over here, but I'll try. Can't see it that well, but we'll see what we can do here. Do the best we can. And basically all I'm doing here is just to keep it in here a little bit better. And I'll have to get one of these brushes over here, since I got tape on the side here. I ain't got nowhere to put it, run it off to the side. Got a little bit extra in here, so try to get it smoothed out as much as we can. And this don't have to be perfect, because we'll end up putting some coal in there also right underneath the chute. Okay, so that's enough of the ballast right there. I got a couple of different grades of coal. This is the thickest coal right here, and then I got some fine coal right here. I put the fine coal down first, and then I put the heavier coal up on top of it, trying to keep it away from the insides of the track there, but enough to make it look like there's coal spilled all over the place. And then I put it heavy in the back over there, and then on this side over here. And so we got the ballast spread and the coal on there. I'm going to put a little bit of dirt on here also, or not dirt, but a little bit of grass on the edge. I'm going to try to keep it thin. I'll do this before I start spraying it. I waited till afterwards, And these are big chunks right here. I don't want the really big chunks in there. This is my blend that I have about 3 or 4 different kinds of turf in there. So it's all different colors and all different sizes. So let's go over here. Put it in like this. I'll just put some over here and then I'll spread it around with my fingers. And keep it away from the ladder because you know, they're walking over there all the time, so there's not going to be any grass right there or any vegetation. Okay, that looks about right. Alright, so now we got to cover everything up so we don't get any alcohol on my surfaces here. And I spray the alcohol. I fill the alcohol in Suave Maximum Hold. It's got a real fine spray on it. And I just mixed up this diluted glue the other night. And so it's about 20 after 1 right now, so by the time the stream starts at 7, we'll see how much of it dries. So let me get some of these cards over here. It's going to be kind of difficult to hold that up like that, so I'm just going to stick this over here on this side, stick one on this side. The ladder will hold that one up a little bit like that. Maybe not. Maybe I got to do it this way here. Here, I'll do it like this. I'll put this back there to hold that up. Like so. And then I'll probably just have to hold this over here while I'm spraying. Okay, so here we go. And this is I don't know, probably a mixture of 70 and 91% or however it goes. And I get it soaked real good so I don't have to do it again. Alright. Get my syringe and glue ready and we're ready to go. Ugh. Okie doke. Let's get on the sides first. Outside the rail over here, and it'll seep in inside. And now the inside. Now if we was on like wood, it would soak in a little bit easier, but we're on styrene here, so no place to soak in. So it'll just have to evaporate in there like that. So there we go. That's about it. All right, so put the rest back in here, and then we'll clean off this syringe. I'm not sure where I got this. I think it was at a hobby shop someplace, but I've been using that for a long time, and it works really well. All right. Well, after I got everything cleaned up, you know, I use hot to warm water in this, and I just fill this up and just run the plunger through several times until it's clean, and you're good to go. Let it air dry. We'll add some turf on top of it because we got plenty of glue in there. I might add a little. I'm just going to take this and put a little, make sure I don't have any glue on my fingers, and we'll go in between the rails and put a few weeds in there, because you always see a few. You can never get rid of them all. Maintenance away usually comes in sprays, but they've been kind of lax. They're more interested in getting the coal in the locomotive and in the sand in the locomotive and stuff. I'll put some over here on the side too. Don't want to forget over here. Take that down just a little bit so we can see. And that'll help soak up some of the glue in here. And I should have put a paper towel down to collect it all, so I'm just going to have to scrape it off the cutting mat afterwards. Okay, that looks about right. Get this up over here. Put it back in my jar. And this is my cashew jars that I collect, and I put my blends of stuff in these. Shake it up, and it works really well. So we just have to let that set, let it dry, and hopefully it'll be dry by the time we do the live stream, so we could move this thing around and turn it around and show it. So that's about it's about 1:30 right now, so we still got plenty of time. All right, so that's it. Jeff, not in one place. Okay. Try cleaning the wheels on the locomotive and get up in the little deals that contacts that the brushes or whatever, and clean that out with alcohol and stuff. Maybe you're just not getting any good contact in that in that area. If it's just everywhere, that's the best thing to take a look at. Yeah, check the voltage on the tracks also. You got DCC or DC? That's my best advice. I have a crocodile. What's a crocodile? Not familiar with the Western Germany 1990 version thing. I created a battle board kind of the same way. I painted it and put on the flocking down and let it dry. Then I knocked it off. That's why it looks like dirt underneath. There you go. All right. Good to hear. Yeah, it won't run. Okay. The hobby shops didn't help you out any? They didn't clean it out or anything like that? Nothing helped. My goodness. I had bad experience with them. Well, I wouldn't go back there then. Okay. My best advice is just try cleaning up the wheels and, up inside where the motor little contacts for the wheels, and like on the tender you have like contacts for the wheels on the tender too. He said bring it in and did not get bitched out, not going back. Okay, alrighty. Yeah, I just check out the wheels and stuff like that. That's my best advice on there. Okay, so I got one more thing. The final hour before the build. Okay, so this is what I did today. Well, I wouldn't go back there then. Is there any other place to go? Take it. There you go. All right, so here's the last video right here. Well, the final touches on this thing is the roof for the loft house, and I got these two doors that I have to put in yet. I had them installed, but I kept knocking them off. So that is the last thing that I have to do, and then it goes up on the layout, and we'll finish scenicking it when it's on the layout, but not before. I got the camera over here on the side right now, but it's it's in the way of everything. This right, you know, the little tripod is right where I have all my 1, 2, 3 blocks, and the squares, and my glue is right behind it. So I'm gonna have to rethink this here, but it's a good spot for the, so, you know, get stuff on it from this angle here. Trying to get it up there where it'll do the most good on the edge. Okay, so here we go. Feel for where the center is. Okay. And we'll just hold that there for a while, because it tries to spread open, you know, with the angle for the on the roof just tries to spread open all the time. So there we go. You get a nice big view of my hand here. Well, I just glued the doors in place. I got the large one sort of almost closed, and small one slightly opened, and I had to lift it up off the ground a little bit, you know, so it looks like it's not touching the ground. So there you go, right there. So here's the pit right there. I might add some coal in there. I got some big chunks of coal that I could put in there. Let's see if there's, well, it won't go anywhere because it's all glued on the bottom there. So that's that side here, and here's the working side right here where the locomotives get their coal in their tender. And what I'll do is I'll put some of that soot dust on here. Just leave it like that for right now. Well, I just cut this little brass rod right here that goes up against the little pulley and to the building. So I'm going to see if I can get it in there. I'm just going to do it with the glue here, and I hope I got it at the right length. That I have to grab it right at the very end because there's no room to get it in there. Okay, I got it perfect. Now I'm just going to leave the thing like that. And I think it was close to 3/4 of an inch, so I'm just going to go cut. I gotta ask, does it look pink on this view here? Inquiring minds want to know. This one 3/4 of an inch, and hope it's the same length. If it's not, I can always trim it down a little bit. And I'm using my sprue cutter, but this is okay. This is a soft wire right here, so just measure it first. And I can never get it in there straight. It's always hitting up against something. And that looks good, so I'll put glue on that side. Okay, so and get it a little bit further closer to the edge. And there's a big glob of glue on the end, but I'm just going to leave it like that until everything dries. And I'm trying to see where the hell it's going on the inside. And on the one, I got it on the window frame, but that's okay. I'm not going to change it. And this one looks pretty good. So that was the last thing I had to put on there. Yeah, I got these things right here, but maybe I'll just put in the fake ones right now because I'm looking for some LEDs so that I could put on there. So I gotta look in my stash for those lights because I know I got plenty of them. They're little plastic ones. And I know I had some painted already, so okay, those been primered. Okay, so that's good. So I'll be able to put those in. Just glue those into place until I could find my LEDs. So these are come in all the kits from Bar Mills. And I'll just leave it this color here and just hit it with some soot. I'll have to get out my little number drill bit. Yeah, this is probably small enough. No, not that one right here. Well, let me see. That one's thick. Oh yeah, that one's a number 61, so I'll have to put a smaller one in there. Alright, I got a number 76 drill bit in here now, and I already drilled the first one, and I measured up a ½ inch from this cross beam right there. Just drill this one in a little bit. I already marked this one before I started the camera going, so. And from what I recall, this is about the size that we used for all this. And I get my hand in the way again, huh? And I normally put it on with super glue, but I'm just going to put a dab of glue, Aleene's glue on this. Yeah, it's a nice snug fit. Okay. Let me reach around. Get a little dot of glue right here. Smack the lamp. And I think I bent this shaft a little bit on here. Let me see if I can straighten it out a little bit. Kind of awkward with the needle nose, but it's a little bit, got a little bit more gripping surface with it because these come to a point right here, a real fine point, mighty fine point. Okay, so let's get this down in there. And I'm going to have to turn this around this way here to get it. I got it upside down, but we'll get it eventually. We'll turn it around. Yeah, that is a really snug fit. Yes, that is a very tight fit. And I might have to hit that with, get a little bit more glue here because I keep on knocking this thing off here. Yeah, see, it's not even attached. The only thing that's holding it in there is the wires. So we'll get some glue there and just let it rest on the glue. And hopefully I don't hit it again, because it sticks out from everything, and although you know it's back behind the track, it's still easy to bang into. So we'll just take a top view of it right there, and So this is the coarse stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of glue and get some glue on those wires right there, so it'll stick to the wires that look like they're, you know, just stuck up there. In different areas. Could have swore I had more spoons over here, but when I always look for it, I can never find it, so I got to dig down into my, don't fit in there, so I just have to pour it in here like this. This is nice thick chunks of coal. So see if we get some stick to the glue there. Let me get more glue on there, see if that'll work. And it's okay if we get some down in the bottom, because that's what it's there for. Okay. Get some more glue on here. You gotta get it scattered up everywhere. More between the tracks than on the edge of the tracks, outside the tracks. Yeah. Okay, that'll do it for right now. Got some coal sitting up on top of the grates that didn't actually go down, so they'll have to go in there with a shovel and just force it in. I'm using this powdered soot to get it on everywhere over here. On the ballast. On this side here. They're real heavy over here. There we go. Let's see how this works over here. If it will stay on there like that. I guess if I put it on heavy enough, it'll do it. When we was at the coal breaker, nothing was, well, I wouldn't say nothing. Everything, all the ground was black everywhere, no matter where you went. I mean, you saw a little bit of grass here and there, but even underneath it, it was all black. So we'll just color this up like this. I might have to hit this with a clear stuff to get this thing to set in. Let's turn this around here. Let's get this on the track here. Make it a little bit better. I got heavy pieces of coal over here. In the tracks and on the side, so. Still want to be able to see some of the ballast, but covered with coal dust. Get some more on this on that steel plate over here. On that side there. Gonna have to put some on the doors too. The doors that I just put on. Get some in the middle there too, right there. Okay. lot of it on the cutting mat. All right, so just do it all over the place here and see what it looks like when we're done. That's it. Now I thought I was done with it, but now I got to make the grate look not pink. I got to put some rust on it. I got about 65 hours into that, counting what I did today. So that was the longest kit that I've ever done. A lot of detail on it. It's well worth the effort. Thank you so much for all the compliments. I really appreciate it. Now on to the next kit, the Telk Factory. But tomorrow, let me see. Tomorrow, I'm not doing anything. We're going to Lake Wells. We got to find something at Lowe's because they didn't have it here. Hey, yeah, there you go. Thanks, thanks, Ken. Yeah, we got some thumbs up. We got 9 thumbs over on the Rumble side too. Okay, really appreciate it. Okay. Friday, I'm going to be on at 6 o'clock. I'm going to show the timber oil derrick. I'm going to start it out on YouTube and Rumble, and then continue on Rumble after about an hour. So it's going to be a long one. So hope to see you there. If you don't have a Rumble account, go on over and check it out. It's free. Rumble Premium cost, but you don't have to get Rumble Premium unless you want to go with no ads or go with Louder with Crowder and all the good stuff on there. Because with Rumble Premium, all the like good stuff is included in on the on all that stuff. So I'll be on tomorrow. Okay, Jeff says I'll be on tomorrow night. Okay, there you go. One of the best parts of hanging out with you is your choice of music. There you go. And now I see the buffering. Oh my goodness, it just started. I got to check my speed here. Is Comcast messing me up again? Oh, I could tell by the ping. The ping is slow. The ping was 18 milliseconds. All right. I'm getting 628. Now, well, I still got a good good upload speed, so I'm not sure why it should be buffering right now, because it's still got 20. And let me put it over here. There it is right there. 2020 and 628. So it shouldn't be, I can't blame that one on Rumble. Okay, but okay. This over here and see what the hell's going on right there. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put the, well, come on. I'm going to put the long outro in there. I want to thank all of you for stopping in here. Am I going to have to put out the, put this thing up here, right here?
Take a sip, I'ma pack my grip. One more trip.
Yeah, Rumble's better. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Jeff. Okay, buffering here too on YouTube. Okay, so it's all over. Okay, not just Rumble. Well, it looks like it's better right now. Okay. Well, come on over on, let me see, where's it at? Follow me on Rumble. Oh, not that. Here we go, right here. Rumble.com/Tom Kovichak. There you go. And to get on the live stream, it's /live after you do that. Rumble is much better. And there's no, I mean, if you're thinking about doing videos and stuff like that, Rumble Studio, you could stream on there as many platforms as you want for free. And Rumble Studio has a lot of good stuff on it also. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to put the outro on here. And we'll see you on Friday. Come see me on Rumble.
We got some rail fans over there. Here we go.
Aboard the All Time Train. My name is Doc. I am your instructor today. More questions, all for your today on the Again, my name is Doc. We have sitting on the stand rail inside the car. All the things on the next up on the list.
I'll get a video of it.
right, thank you all for stopping in. See you again on Friday. I'm out.